Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, the gravy guy. It's Saturday sauce, so let me quickly show you how to make a creamy Tuscan chicken, made with a homemade Parmesan sauce with sun-dried tomatoes. So let me show you how to make it. Warm a high-sided saucepan over medium to high heat. Start off with the chicken. This recipe, I'm also using some sun-dried tomatoes that are in olive oil, so I'm going to use some of the olive oil to fry up that chicken. Roughly 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters. To top it off, use 1 additional tablespoon or 15 milliliters of regular olive oil. If your sun-dried tomatoes don't have any olive oil, you can always just substitute with all olive oil. Once the oil is hot, you can drop in chicken that has been lightly dredged in flour and seasoned with salt and pepper. For this recipe, I'm using 2 chicken breasts that have been sliced in half. That's roughly about 2 pounds or 900 grams. Sauté the chicken on both sides for approximately 5 minutes. Your burner should be about medium to high heat, and cook it completely through until it has an internal temperature of 175 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius. This is what you should be shooting for: lightly golden brown, cooked completely through, and nice bits and pieces on the bottom of the pan. That'll add flavor to your homemade sauce. When done, turn off the heat and remove the chicken from the pan. Cover the chicken, keep it in a warm place. You'll bring it back and add it to the sauce a little bit later. And really, for this recipe, you could use any type of chicken that you like. Thighs, they work really well. You could even use a rotisserie chicken and then just make the sauce. You would just start at this point and move forward. But whenever you fry the chicken up like this, you have those bits and pieces in the bottom of the pan, and that adds loads of flavor to your sauce. So here we go. Let's get cracking on the homemade sauce. Crank your burner up to medium heat. Drop in 2 shallots that have been sliced. If for some reason there wasn't enough oil in the bottom of the pan after you fried the chicken, you could always add a touch more before you throw in those shallots. Sauté for a minute or so until tender and lightly brown. When the shallots are done, turn your heat to low and add 4 minced cloves of garlic. Give them a quick stir and cook for about 30 seconds. At this point in the sauce making process, you'll deglaze the pan with 1/4 cup or 63 milliliters of white wine. The burner can be turned back up to medium heat. Take a flat bottom spatula, scrape the sides and bottom of the pan to release any bits and pieces up into that cooking liquid. Stir frequently and reduce the wine down until it's nearly all gone. Once the reduction process is complete, move everything to the side of the pan to make a well in the center. Next step in the process is to make the thickening agent. With butter and flour, you're going to make a roux. Add 6 tablespoons or 84 grams of unsalted butter to the center of the pan. Melt it down and use a spatula to shimmy and shake it. That helps melt it a whole lot quicker. When the butter is melted, you can add 8 tablespoons or 48 grams of all-purpose flour directly to the butter. Grab a spatula or a whisk and give it all a mix. At first, try to mix the flour and the butter together, then you can incorporate it with the rest of the ingredients. Watch the temperature of the pan. You want to be between low and medium. You definitely don't want to burn your roux. Cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes until you smell a warm nutty smell. At that point, you know your roux is done cooking. Have you ever struggled to make the perfect sauce? Wait no longer. Sauces made simply by the Sauce and Gravy channel chef, Johnny Mac, is a must for your next holiday feast or weeknight meal. Delve into a selection of savory and sweet sauces as well as rich gravy recipes with easy to follow step-by-step directions and QR codes that will take you straight to the channel's video recipes. You will be able to visualize the sauce making process and improve your sauce making skills while delighting your family and friends. Order now and get your copy today. Links are in the video description and comment section below. Back to the homemade sauce, the roux. It's done cooking, so now you can add your chicken stock. 2 cups, 500 milliliters, drop it in, along with 2 cups or 500 milliliters of heavy cream, also called whipping cream or double cream in some countries. To this, you'll add 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Use a flat bottom spatula to scrape the bottom and sides of the pan to stir all of the roux up into the sauce over medium heat. Once it's well mixed, you can add 2 tablespoons of each of the following shrubbery: fresh oregano leaves, basil leaves, and flat leaf parsley that have been chopped. Give it all a good 360 and bring to a light simmer over medium heat. Once it starts to simmer and is hot, you can add half of a cup or 50 grams of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Mix the cheese into the sauce, and once it's fully melted, you can move on to the next step. You're nearly done with this homemade creamy Tuscan chicken sauce. Add 3 large handfuls of fresh spinach to the sauce over medium to low heat. Stir the spinach in, and once it's stirred in, you can move on to adding the sun-dried tomatoes. Half of a cup of sun-dried tomatoes that have been sliced up. Mix the sun-dried tomatoes in over low heat, and then you can drop in the chicken. If you wanted to dice up the chicken into bite-sized pieces before you add it to the sauce, you can do that. Otherwise, just drop it in, mix it all together, and warm it up. So after a few minutes of lightly simmering, the chicken warms up, the sauce becomes thicker. You can check it out, taste the sauce, see if you need to adjust the seasoning.
Oh, that's good.
Spank on some black pepper. Add a touch of salt if necessary. And that is all that there is to it. That's how you make a creamy Tuscan chicken made with a from-scratch Parmesan sauce with sun-dried tomatoes. A delicious comfort food to satisfy that hearty hunger craving. Thank you so much for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. If you found this recipe helpful, hit that like button. Hey, and if you found it helpful, share it with your friends. They might find it helpful too. Do you like sauces and gravies? Well then hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to smash that all notification bell so that you can stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce making tips and techniques every Saturday morning at 11 Eastern. Thanks again for watching, and remember, it's just you, me, and the sauces. Keep whisking, y'all.